friends, this is the Mrs. Volfie from our half-acre homestead. Well, I got more cucumbers out of the garden again. It's a good thing I didn't plant a lot of them. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make some bread and butter pickles. So let's get started. I have 10 cups of sliced pickling cucumbers and 2 cups of sliced onion, thin sliced onion. And all I did was I tossed these with a 1/4 cup of salt, and then I put a big block of ice on them, and I've let them soak for probably 3 hours. So I'm going to drain these and then we'll get on it. All right, here we have our 16-quart pressure canner. I'm not pressure canning my pickles, folks. I just use this as a water bath canner because I don't like dealing with baskets. I'd rather deal with trays. Here are our lids. They've been brought up to a boil, and we're going to take them off. And we're going to put our pot on the stove. We're going to turn our stove onto medium, and to this pot we're going to add a 1.5 cups of vinegar. I like cider vinegar, but white will do. And a 1.5 cups of sugar. I use raw cane sugar. And to that we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, celery seed, and dry mustard. You can use mustard seed if you like. I like dry mustard. Alrighty, we've brought these up to a simmer, and you don't want to bring them to a boil, folks, because you really don't want to cook them. And now we're going to jar them. My jars have been washed, rinsed, and baked in the oven at 215 degrees for a minimum of 15 minutes, sterilizing them. Now we're going to fill our jars to 1 inch from the top with our pickles and juice. You want to kind of make sure you got it all even in there. Make sure everything's down inside the jar. Always, always wipe your rims with a damp cloth, clean cloth or paper towel. Put the lid on and into the canner it goes. And we'll be back when I have this all in the canner. Alrighty, we have 4 pints of the bread and butter pickles, and as you can see the extra pints, I have 2 pints of relish in there as well. I also have an extra 1/2 pint to go in the fridge. Now, the water, you can't really tell, but the water is above the lids by 1 inch. And I'm just going to rest the lid on top. I'm not going to lock it down because we're not pressure canning. We're boil bath canning them. So, you can process these for 15 minutes. I like to do it for 25 just to be safe. All right, we'll be back when they come out of the canner. And there it is, folks. 4.5 pints of bread and butter pickles. If you've never had bread and butter pickles on a sharp cheese rye bread sandwich, you have no idea what you're missing. Papa is going to try our bread and butter pickles. I had just enough left over to fill that jar to put in the fridge because I didn't want to open one once it was.
Very good.
That's not supper, eh? That's just a condiment.
I know. Got a little onion with this little guy. Very tasty.
This is the Mrs. Volfie from our half-acre homestead saying, Mama made, Papa approved.